Hello, brothers and sisters globally. Welcome to morning inspirational meetings. We are reading world scriptures to get empowered for all day. Also to analyze how we are doing and to practice this. And now we are reading about God. Uh, God's goodness manifest in the creation. God saw everything that He has made, and behold, it was very good. Genesis 1:31. He has created the seven heavens in harmony. You cannot see a fault in the beneficent one's creation. Look again. Can you see any flaws? Look again and yet again, and your sight will grow dim and weak without finding any. Quran 67:3-4. This world is a garden. The Lord is its gardener, cherishing all non-neglected. Adi Grand Mad Aspadi M3P 118 succeeds. Abundant is the year with which millet and much rice. And we have our high granaries with myriads and hundreds of thousands and millions of measures for spirits and sweet spirits to present our ancestors male and female and to supply all our ceremonies. The blessings sent down on us are of every kind. Book of Songs for the 279 Confessions. It is He who sent down to out of heaven water of which you may drink, and by which you grow trees, for you to pasture your head, and thereby He brings forth for you crops, and olives, and palms, and vines, and all manner of fruits. Surely, and that is a sign of a people who reflect, and He subjected for you the night and day, and the sun and the moon, and the stars are subjected by His command. Surely, and that are signs for a people who understand, and He has multiplied for you in the earth things of diverse hues. Surely, and that is a sign for people who remember. It is He who subjected for you the sea, that you may eat of it fresh flesh, and bright and bring from our of it ornaments for you to wear, and you may see the ships cleaving throughout it, that you may seek of his bounty, and so happily you will be thankful. If you count God's blessing, you can never number it. Surely God is all forgiving, all compassionate. Quran 16:10-18. The great tower flows everywhere. It can go left, it can go right. The myriad things of the existence to it, and it does not reject them. When its work is accomplished, it does not take possession. It clotheth and feed all, but does not pose of as their master. Ever without ambition, it may be called small. All things return to it and their home, and yet it does not pose as their master. Therefore, it may be called great, because it would never claim greatness. Therefore, its greatness is fully realized. Tao De Ching 34 Taoist. Let me tell you then why the Creator made this world of generation. He was good, and the good can never have any jealousy of anything. And being free from jealousy, he desired that all things should be as like himself as they could be. This is in the truest sense the origin of creation and of the world. As we shall do well in believing on the testimony of wise men, God desired that all things should be good and nothing bad. So far as this was attainable, wherefore also finding the whole visible sphere not a test, but moving in an irregular and disorderly fashion out of disorder. He brought order, considering that this was in every way better than the other. Now the deeds of the best could never be or have never have been other than the fairest, and the Creator, reflecting on the things which are by nature visible, found that no unintelligent creature take as a whole were fairer than the intelligent take as a whole, and that intelligence could not be present in anything that was devoid of soul, for which reason, when he was framing the universe, he put intelligence and soul and body, that he might be the creator of a work which has by nature fairest and best. Wherefore, using the language of probability, we may say that the world became a living creature, truly endowed with soul and intelligence by the providence of God. Plato Timotheus Ellis. The primary cause of the pure unity of enlightenment and nirvana, and that has existed from beginningless time, is the principle of integrating compassion, the indrawing, unifying principle of purity, harmony, likeness, rhythm, permanency, and peace. By the indrawing of these principles with the brightness of your own nature, its unifying spirit that can be discovered and developed and realized under the varieties of conditions. Surat Ghana Sutra Buddhism. And now let's go reading about God teaching of second coming Messiah Sun and Moon. When look at reality from the perspective of love, God is the root. The root communicates through the stem to the sprouting leaves, which spread out in all directions, east, west, south, and north. Or as the plant spread out, its leaves sprout more abundantly, the stem grows stronger, and the root grows larger. Like live like this, and you will discover that God is the loving vertical Father of our human world. God is our Creator and Father who bestows true love and abundance. Everything exists for the sake of something greater than itself, and the greater things for something still greater. It is wrong to think that life is simply about the strong eating the weak, as Charles Darwin taught. That perspective on life is dead wrong. The Lord of the universe, the creator of the universe, created all things for the sake of human beings. All creatures were created with that specific purpose in mind. Yeah, so interesting. God is, and in other words, he was saying, Messiah second coming, that God created everything for love. So everything from the smallest go to the biggest with the love, for the greatest love. Every small sacrifice for the bigger love. So the bigger love is supposed to have humans. God is omnipotent and omniscient, king of wisdom. In creating of the universe of the subject-object relationship, he had to decide whether the origin of true love, true happiness, true peace, and true ideal of the human world should be in the subject partner and the object partner. God had to decide on this matter with the eternal ideal world in mind. If God had set things up in such a way that all object beings must serve him, then human beings would establish the same tradition. Everyone must serve me. This would have created serious problems. There would be no way to achieve unity, harmony, and development. Thus, we understand rather than demanding that object partners attend the subject partner, God invariably take the position that he exists for the sake of his object partner. This way, everything becomes one. There is a progress and development. Hence, the Almighty God decided to set up the standard of peace, happiness, love, and the ideal as living for the sake of others. Yeah, great principle. Living for the sake of others, God established. And now let's read from my book, God's Global Trend. My research, why people try to hide their personal relationship with God. Why every day we will try to stray farther from God. Somebody even fears God. Let us start from the beginning of humankind history. Genetics have already concluded that every person living on Earth right now can trace his or her lineage back to a single common female ancestor who lived around 200,000 years ago in Africa. Therefore, this proves that history started with a couple who are referred to in the Bible as Adam and Eve. When we look at that story of Adam and Eve, we can notice that at the onset of human history, several issues occur. Shortly after they leave from God, they started all three major human problems through what is referred to as the fall: immorality, murder, and theft. Moreover, all these problems took root at the beginning of history in the first family and have multiplied throughout time on all levels, morphing into different forms of corruption from free sex to bloody wars. Humankind history started through breaking a simple divine principle given to Adam and Eve by God. Throughout history, humanity has worked diligently to rediscover this divine principle gradually. Scientists and religion have both discovered most of God's divine principles, one naming them law of nature and the other truth, respectively talking about the same thing. So much has been discovered up until now, but there are still more to be unveiled. Somebody tried to say that there is no God or even there is no soul, but how we could prove it since we as humans use maximum 5% of our brain capacity for now, scientists said. For example, how we could say there is no soul since all our life is owned by a relationship based on emotion that flow directly from our soul. As history already proves, there are many um, things that humans were thinking that it were impossible, but it came possible eventually. Same about God, soul and spiritual world existence. God is incomparable, wherever, therefore we couldn't see him. However, in our life, when we couldn't see it more, what we couldn't see most precious, love, lineage, uh, in our life, what we couldn't see is most precious: love, lineage, air, etc. If we could see those things, anybody could steal it to become owner of it. Soon humankind will have possibility to experience more about spiritual world and God, since humankind is progressing faster nowadays in all area of life. However, even nowadays, almost everybody has comes have some small but experience with God, and almost everyone is meeting their relatives who went to spiritual world, mostly in their dreams, and are receiving advices from them. However, we see already from the history of humankind that the more people and even full countries try to hide God, the more terrible things they do. Without God, people are like empty temples. However, people usually try to think about anything else but not about God. You could experience this by yourself. Just write all you thought for one day, and you will see how much unnecessary things you have inside. Since 95% of our daily time is spent in an international communication, how do we use this time? Will this thought bring any value for others or ourselves? People are free to think anything, even terrible things. Also nowadays, as we could see around, people allow themselves to do almost everything. Some are smoking, abuse alcohol, even some of them are killing other people. But people by default are shy to speak freely about God. Moreover, the most terrible is modern world is that even in the school, children could speak any words, even swearing, and this is okay, but is not allowed to speak about God or pray. People like to live by stories, and in these stories, they try to associate life with everything, but by default avoiding God. So why we everybody will get smarter to live more free and happy with truth, divine principles, and God, as was intended in the beginning and as the whole universe is perfect functioning. Originally, all humankind was intended to live as one true family of humankind under God in true love, and it was analyzed carefully history of humankind, we could easily figure out that history is a history of restoration to bring God's children back home to heavenly kingdom that bring its fruits these days. Read more on my other book, Humankind on its final step to perfection. Yes, thank you very much, brother and sister, that you was here. And yes, let's not hide this relationship with God, but more be more wise and develop it, since God is the source of true love, and practice it in our daily life more and more, and we will have more blessings. Thank you very much for watching. Please like this video, subscribe, share it to all your friends, and let's start a discussion. Please comment it. What do you think about? And wish you for today a great day, great blessed day. Make morning exercise, and see you tomorrow at the same time. All the best. Bye bye.